Hello, All-Stars, and welcome to No Bards Allowed, a Dungeons & Dragons TTRPG podcast hosted by a bunch of amateur entertainers and professional friends.
Wait. Who are you?
Oh my god.
You're not B.
I'm not B.
Is this
Dart
a dream?
here in the captain's chair today.
Let's go. I've been tied up and held against my will.
So where's that voice
we
coming
told him
from?
to say that.
Where's B? We can hear you, B.
He's in a shed out back. I just ran an XLR all the way.
Well, we've got something a little bit different the next few episodes for you guys. Short form run by yours truly, Dart, and I'm joined by, let's go round and introduce our players.
Hello, I'm B. Felons, and I'm not going to tell you who I'm playing this time around.
Are we keeping secrets?
Yeah, we'll meet them soon.
Okay.
You'll figure it out.
Hey, it's Shay. I'm playing.
Hey, it's Will. I'm playing Redacted.
What's up? It's Fuse, and I will also not say who I'm playing for the sake of mystery.
Well, we will learn our characters very shortly as we jump into the game. Real quick, we've got another world that we'll be playing in, actually. We've grown to love the continent of Bordura and the world of Procurum, and hopefully we'll learn to love a new world, the world of Tal. Something that I'm very excited to finally bring to everybody and get to play with you guys, my dear, dear friends.
Woo! Yep.
So,
Oh, boy.
might as well just get into it then, without any further ado. This is a story that we've all been collectively working on for a while now, one that I've been writing behind the scenes, and these guys have been working on their characters and coming up with some really, really cool shit. So very excited to jump into it. So, welcome to Shadow over Northdale. Cue intro music. Spring. The ivory blooms of the evergrove sway lazily in the breeze from the harbor. The air is cold, flecked with frost as the sun slowly rises, promising to melt away the chill. Beams of early light claw their way over the surrounding peaks, softly illuminating the deep green boughs of a cluster of trees. 5 stand taller than the rest, casting shadow on the younger trees and mossy rocks below. Chirping birds and the bubble of a small brook cutting through the grass almost distract from the cobblestone streets winding between sturdy wooden homes just a stone's throw away. Pitched roofs pierce the cloudy gray skies, stalwart against the jagged cliffs of the fjord. A lone steeple towers above the other roofs, its spire adorned with a wrought iron circle. Rippling water dances in stained glass as light reflects off the Avenor, wreathing the Church of the Dark Star in ethereal movement. The river laps at stone bulwarks on either side of the channel curving through town, bisected twice by rugged wooden bridges. An overturned galleon, scarred by time, interrupts the riverbank, its now horizontal masts strung with a mess of lanterns, one flame still holding out against the approaching dawn, forgotten from the previous night. As the sun rises, Northdale begins to awake. Doors of homes open, young dwarves heading out for the day with pickaxes and hammers on their back, shopkeepers unlocking storefronts and pulling the tarps away from carts and stands, humans, elves, and beyond heading towards the docks for a head start on the daily catch. The smell of fresh bread and pastry rises above the market square as a line of people forms, hoping to snag their favorite tart filling before it sells out. Chatter from the harbor gathers as fishing vessels raise their sails and ships appear in the distant fog, bound for port. The ritual of it all is dampened, however, by a shadow over Northdale. Not one cast by the cliffs of the fjord valley where the northern port town is nestled, but one manifested by an uncertainty amongst the dalers. Fear mixes with morning mist, a blanket smothering town, and threatening to shatter the tenuous hope that comes with early spring. We shift our gaze first to the hold of a ship, where the hurried sounds of sailors preparing to dock echo above. You hear the arcane engine power down and the ship slows, heading into dock. B, could you first describe your character?
Sure. As we enter onto this ship space, we see one Shukot Bozom, or Shuk, as people have come to know him, a first mage of the Magus Bastion. Shuk stands taller in his 20s now than he did as a younger lad, almost 6 feet tall. He has a very unique tone to his skin. It almost looks silvery blue, but there's a translucence, and if you look closely, it almost looks like clouds move underneath. He has tattoos running along his arms and his chest and his legs that look almost like they glow silver along his arms, geometric shapes. His long white hair matches the pupils of his eyes, surrounded by a light sky blue color, and the wisps of his long hair float in the air as if held up by the air itself. He wears a vest with no undershirt on, and what seem to be almost like capris on the bottom, and some sandals as he stands pensively looking through his spell book.
What do we find you working on here in the last minutes before docking?
Shuk is going over some of his research project that he is working on for the Magus Bastion. They've been given him the opportunity to do research on the existence of people like himself. Oma, elemental beings that are born to normal mothers and fathers like any other children, and tall in all of Northdale, but with distinct features just like Shuk described of himself just now. He's researching where Oma come from, how they are formed, their ties to the greater magics of the world, and trying to unlock the secrets of what has made him so different in life.
Poring over your notes, getting lost in your research for another moment, you hear above you, walking down the stairwell entrance, your second mage, Kane, a young half-orc with his tusks just barely beginning to show. First mage, Bazome, are you all ready for departure?
Yes, I've got all my things. And he gestures, and he has a Tensor's floating disc summoned in the air, carrying all of his things. And he says, yeah, I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
All right, well, we are about to dock. We're just on our final approach right now.
All right.
Forgive my forwardness. You seem a bit on edge. How are you feeling about being home for the first time, and how long was it?
Doesn't matter. This isn't really a trip home. Vassar is home. This is just another assignment.
It's a bit bleak, don't you think?
Life can be bleak, unforgiving. I don't see why I have to lie to myself about how I'm feeling, so it is bleak, you're right, but I think that's okay sometimes.
Yes, First Mage. Yes. Well, it says here there's a local Bastion mage named Alberto Aurelio. Do you know him?
I do, in fact, yes. He is an old mentor of mine of sorts.
Oh, okay. I'm sure it'll be good to catch up with him. Seems he's been a bit of a recluse since he retired, apparently.
Interesting. Doesn't surprise me. I will admit I have not kept any communication with the people of Northdale. I think whatever they might know about me would be coming from my brother.
You see the translucent orb floating above your head pulses a light yellow, indicating an incoming message.
I receive it openly.
Kane bows as that happens and scurries out.
Thank you, Second Mage.
You hear in your head as the sending comes through. This is High Evoker Jorah Biratol. I trust you had a safe journey.
Sick.
Awesome.
Hello? Are you there?
Yes, we are almost to our destination. We are pulling up in Northdale now. We will meet with the town leaders and figure out what it is that they haven't figured out.
Wonderful. Well, I know that Northdale is your home, and the concern you have for it is wholeheartedly shared by the Bastion. I do hope you find a swift resolution to this tragedy. However, just want to remind you, your first priority is, of course, the recovery of Archmage Karis. I trust you'll follow protocol on this.
Always.
Good. Missing Archmage is of the utmost importance. Ping me directly when you find her.
I will.
May your path be clear.
And also with you.
I also just want to acknowledge the meta nature of you being like, how long has it been since you were last in Northdale? Because we were just having this discussion beforehand. We don't know.
We move from there as we see 5 ancient trees standing tall, the morning light filtering through their mighty boughs to the younger trees of the Evergrove. The grove's floor is well tended, dappled with neat mossy rocks and a small bubbling brook that cuts through the center. The only evidence of humanoid life beyond the immaculate maintenance is a thatched cottage in a small clearing near the center of the grove. Pale white blooms imbue the filtered light from above with an elegant softness. No branches or leaves cover the forest floor, for in fact, none have ever fallen from the boughs of the grove. None but the staff in your hands, Fuse, struck from the oldest tree of the Evergrove by a bolt of lightning in ages past. Fuse, could you please describe your character and where we find you in this idyllic scene?
Yes, in the grove, there stands a furbolg with stone pale skin. He stands tall. He's very hairy. His hair is that of a dark red. So he's a ginger, but like kind of a dark red ginger. His nose is rather pink. His eyes are hazel. And he has 3 braided kind of locks in front, similar to like a Jack Sparrow would have. 1 on one side, 2 on the other, and then kind of just the mess of hair behind him. Sort of a nod to the asymmetry of nature and how beautiful that is. He holds the Grovekeeper's staff, which is the only branch to have fallen in this magical grove. And this is where he is from. He's very attuned to it. He cares a lot about it. And I am the Archdruid. And with that comes a lot of responsibility. I am mostly wearing slightly leather, slightly cloth armor. The sandals I'm wearing, you can see my dark red fur come kind of through the outside of it. Almost looking like regular shoes. However, the top is just the hair of my feet. The calf muscles are also giant. We're going 50 shades of gray on this.
This is what we came for.
The sweat dripping down his brow.
Can you describe his feet too for us?
Yeah. Yeah. Almost as if they were dipped in butter. They shine.
This is going to be the audiogram for sure.
We see Grigold holding his staff, meditating in the peacefulness that is the rushing of wind, the sound of nature, and he's just contemplating his role, maybe what's next to do, and where this might take him.
In your meditation, you sit calmly and you feel the breeze flow through the trees. You feel it dance around you. Everything here in the Evergrove has a sort of whimsical and rhythmic movement to it. In the silence, you hear more as a feeling and a whisper than anything in your head. Blood darkens our soil. Innocent souls have been extinguished. We felt their pain. There is still time, though. Not all have perished. Young Kala still breathes life, but we cannot feel her presence. We cannot feel.
Upon hearing these words, almost bouncing around my brain, I sort of kind of jolt my eyes open and just now feel this calling to find this Kala. Kala?
Yes, Kala, who you know to be the most recent person in town to go missing. Lilith Starseer's daughter. Lilith Starseer being the town diviner.
Knowing about these disappearances and hearing this, it jolts me out of my meditative state. Can I talk to the trees
Mm-hmm.
and
you can
ask
talk
them
back. Absolutely.
anything? 'Cause I believe
You have the power. You
Yes.
have the tools.
I can talk to beast, plants, and vegetation. I feel like I am at what is the largest tree, the largest and oldest tree. It is where the druids of the Evergrove find that to be kind of the most sacred and, I guess, spiritual place for us. So as I'm there, I look up at the tree. Please give me a place to go. I need to save this collar. I am called to her. The spirits have told me.
We want her saved, just like you. We cannot feel her.
Cannot feel her. Where was she last? Where could you feel her last?
In her home.
Mm.
Outside of her home. Wandering the streets. Then gone.
Thank you, Great Tree. Knowing that, I pick up my Grovekeeper staff, which, mind you, because I stand quite tall, it is a staff that, for me, is probably just a normal-looking staff. However, it stands as tall as perhaps a 5'8" humanoid.
You stand up and look up and you see, looking down from the tree. You look down, Greekold. What's got you bothered? A little squirrel
Perfect.
looks to you.
Ah, my old friend.
Hey,
Great to see you again, Grease.
Greasy. Oh, that's when I was trying to remember. We were talking about it with some of the other squirrels, and I was trying to remember. You know, I don't name myself, so, it's like hard to remember.
Grease,
What's going on?
these spirits have specifically chosen me and brought words into my mind, and I now need to go find her.
Well, you should go do that.
Have you seen anything, Grease? Anything while roaming about the city?
I mean, I saw a lot of people walking around. I saw people fishing. I saw somebody drop a meatball on the ground, and I took a bite out of it.
Any mysterious things, disappearances, or perhaps some shadowy figures?
Yes.
You saw some nefarious activity?
Experiences.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay.
I've been trying to find my lost acorn for 3 days now, and I would love it if you would help me find it. There's no acorns here. I don't know why I hang out in this grove. There's never any food on the ground.
Nothing falls on this ground here in this grove.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that?
Well, it's a magical grove, you see.
Can you shake these trees a little bit? Drop some food? Drop some nuts for me?
Shaking anything wouldn't give you any acorns, but perhaps we could go into town and get you some.
All right. Let's go.
If you want to just hitch a ride on my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
He hops down. All right, let's go.
All right. Yes. And then I head off to. I would assume that I would know the whereabouts or her house, the House of Kola,
Indeed.
which is also Lalith's.
Lalith Starseer's home.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I head to that home.
Perfect. As you head out of the Evergrove, our perspective shifts across the Avenor as we cut to two imposing figures winding through the streets of Northdale. Walking beside you, a tall, towering Goliath woman wearing the sleeveless garb of the Stone Clan, showing her ceremonial tattoos, dark hair cut short on the sides and braided tightly along the top of her head and down to her neck. But Shay, could you please describe who is walking next to her?
Yeah. In similar stature, another tall, imposing Goliath woman, muscular, sleeveless fur vest. She wears a cloak in the same color, black fur, that's draped over her back rather than covering her shoulders as to show her tribal tattoos. which are a mix of spirals, circles with intricate tribal markings, basically ancestral stories all the way down to her wrists. Her black vest continues down to black furred pants. She wears a belt that carries stones, all different stones with different faces on them. On her right shoulder is a single pauldron strapped to her vest that is of, it appears to be a stone carving of a feminine face. And then she also wears a pendant around her neck. Like her sister walking next to her, she wears her heavy dark brown mane tightly tied with feathers around the back of her head, and it's kind of roughly braided, almost appearing like dreadlocks from afar, but if you are up close, it is haphazardly braided. She walks with an imposing, stern look. Her facial structure is very prominent, cheekbones, jawline. She looks like you don't want to piss her off.
Fucking tough.
Yeah. You have two very powerful Goliath women walking through the streets, and similar to you, your sister, Cavitalia, who walks next to you. I think you both kind of command respect through the weight and confidence of your presences. As you walk through the streets, people nod to you, they address Cavitalia, and they say, "Counselor," to both of you. After a little bit walking through the streets, your sister looks to you with deep emerald eyes. 27 souls missing. Right under our noses. And we've learned nothing about where they went or what fucking happened to them.
Sister, it's troubling. Starting to keep me up at night.
Agreed. Have the watches found anything yet?
Hours of the day. All day. Nothing.
It's troubling that we don't even have any clues.
I mean, look at these people. Look at their faces. They're scared.
I know.
How can I be counselor of security? I can't
No.
assure trust.
Do not blame yourself. We cannot do this. We cannot go down that path. You must remain strong for them. We both have to.
Da. You're right. She puts her hand on her, the face on her shoulder. We have to be strong for her.
That is what she would want. That's exactly what she would do as well. I never thought that there would be something even harder than losing our mother. After Stonehold, the peace that's come after, I thought we would... I don't know. You get complacent.
Da, she was always the one to look up to.
Now it's us, sister.
Yeah, someone has to do it.
Indeed. How are you feeling about seeing your friends again? They should be coming into town soon, yes?
Well, hopefully, the magic users will be able to bring a alternate perspective.
The Bastion does love to bring alternative perspectives, yes.
Seeing my friends, though, it will be nice. Maybe take a little lightheartedness into this dark
Absolutely.
shadow.
I've become jaded. I apologize, sister.
You're not the only one.
It's hard not to be now.
I can't get away from that desk quick enough sometimes.
Absolutely. Well, are you ready?
Da.
All right, come, we are here. You've been walking along the streets, heading to Layla Starseer's house, actually. Let us go in. And she knocks on the door. and the two of you enter a homey living room in disarray. Numerous plants and vines covering walls and surfaces, shelves with cute little knickknacks, cozy seating filled with unkempt pillows and warm knit blankets. The space is dimmer than usual, with many candles melted to the end of their life. A thin layer of dust covers unused surfaces, and some plants are showing the beginning signs of dehydration. A wooden bowl on a pedestal like a bird fountain rests in the center of this room. Next to it, you see Lalith, who is the Northdale's diviner, kind of like the wise person of the town. You see that she is currently dressed in deep green robes with simple silver adornments. The robes look a little wrinkled and unwashed. She has, most notably of the adornments, 2 stars on an oversized collar. Normally, she would have all sorts of ear chains and earrings, but all of her accessories have not been put on today, as she looks like her shorn white hair is a little disheveled. Her eyes that glow with a silver radiance, a little dimmer than normal. You do see, though, however, veins all across her skin. They kind of seem to glow with that same silver radiance as well. She looks to you. Good morning, counselors.
Good morning.
I'm just in the middle of something. And you stand next to her and see her hands shaking nervously as she finishes a ritual over the wooden bowl. Water flowing with her hands becomes cloudy, and she focuses on it for a moment. And then it clears. And she flops down on a couch, looking exasperated. I can't see it at all. I can't see anything. Something's hiding her from me. See her.
Freya's very stern, constantly stern brow softens a bit, and her sky blue eyes widen as she recognizes the environment and her Starseer's mannerisms and recognizes it as grief, as she has experienced that before. She sits down next to her on the couch and places her hand on her shoulder. What can't you see?
I can't see my daughter. But she's not dead. I feel like I can still feel her. Just a little bit. I feel like that should bring me comfort, but all I feel is fear.
This is good. I understand your feeling, but this is good. She's alive.
How can this be good? I failed. She rips the stars off of her collar lapel and throws them on the ground. How can I be the diviner of Northdale if I couldn't even see my own daughter being taken?
Shh. She puts her hand a bit firmer. Some things are unseen. Cannot see everything. This life has a miraculous way of humbling you.
It hurts.
I looked at Talia. We have to do something.
We are on high alert, but it is about time that we took more aggressive measures. I think that you need to follow along with your friends. Cut the root out of whatever is causing these problems. I want this monster killed.
Whatever this is, and I look back to the diviner, we'll get Kala back. She's alive.
She is alive. Please save her before it's too late.
We will. And we have help from the Bastion. We'll ring her home.
Was that them at the door? Was that your friends?
What?
No, I know that one.
I knock.
Right as you knock, she says, come in.
Lilith, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Griegold, hello.
How's it going?
Bad.
Yeah, same for me. I'm here because the spirits have told me and informed me about Kulla, and I aim to get to the bottom of this.
That's what I was just talking with our esteemed counselors about.
Hey, and who are they?
Excuse me?
Never mind.
I don't know if it's really time for your jokes right now, Griegold.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to lighten up the room a bit.
I appreciate that.
Do we know anything about the last thing that Kulla did? Was there anything different about her that night?
No, it was normal. We were going down for bed and we weren't on high alert yet, and she's one to wonder. Always a brave little girl. Thought we were bed down for the night, but she must have wandered out, and I don't know.
Would it be all right if me and Freya look around the room?
Of course, yes.
Cool. I go up to Freya and put out do the hand grab the forehand handshake with you. Hey.
Freya watches you put your arm out,
Mhm.
looks up to you in the eyes, and as a true Goliath accepts the challenge. It's true, Greygold. You feel a grip so hard on your forearm, and she violently one shake.
Give me a strength saving throw.
First roll.
First roll.
Come on, that one, baby.
It's not great. An 8.
You feel at least 3 pops in your arm.
Freya, great to see you.
Did you not do your stretching this morning?
I was meditating, but no time for stretching.
As the Archdruid, that seems like it should be part of your morning routine.
Well, it should be, but got caught up in Greece.
Greece?
Yeah. Say hi to Greece.
Oh.
Greece is on my shoulder. Yeah, it's Greece. Calm down now. It's any a funny little guy.
Looks tasty.
Oh.
Starts hopping up and down.
Can I look around the room with Fred? Can we see if there's anything, maybe some notes, potentially a journal, some maybe things that don't seem like they are in place?
Yeah, absolutely. Lilith kind of gestures around for you guys to take a look through. You could head into Colla's bedroom as well. Go ahead and both of you guys give me either perception or investigation checks.
Definitely perception. 18.
Louder. Let them know. Let them know we're
Let 'em
cracking
know.
ranchies.
Can I have one of those?
Yeah, I was trying to be quiet with it. I've been waiting for 15 minutes. I
thought you were going to go for it in the middle.
I know all the moments were so nice that I was like, I don't want to crack a ranchy now.
In the middle of somebody breaking
room.
down.
This
Damn, that's so sad, Lilith. Cracks me.
What a bummer.
God, I wish Lilith could shut up. I'm trying to party.
This brief break from No Bards Allowed is brought to you by the Water of Ranch, in case they
God,
try to come after us.
What a depressing story. Who fucking agreed to this?
Hey, this ain't anything like No Bards Allowed. What the hell?
This isn't my No Bards Allowed.
Yeah, it is. This is Darts No Bards Allowed, gang. Welcome.
Perception investigation, what'd you guys get?
18 on my perception.
Very good.
Freya got a 10 on perception.
With a 10, you look around, and I think what you would pick up more than anything is, as I described, a home that has not been kept up in a few days. Somebody who is grieving and scared and does not have the energy to do much. You don't see anything beyond, though, out of the ordinary, other than the out of the ordinary of this home not being ready to accept guests at all times. Would normally be tea upon entry, as Lilith loves to have people over. You go into Kala's bedroom and you see the bedroom of a young girl, maybe less of a more serious young girl. She takes after her mother in that way, but you don't see particularly anything that would strike your eyes. And Griegold with an 18, I would say that you see the same thing as well. However, with an 18, you would see that there's absolutely no sign of like anything. There's no break-in. There's no sign of struggle. You see like you would find a journal like tucked under a mattress, but simply the rambling thoughts that get, if you flipped to the last entry, it would be, I would say, share a very similar thought and a similar feeling to what many Dalers are feeling now, which is fear. Fear in the last few weeks, as many people have gone missing, but now it's children that are being taken as well.
What time of day is it, by the way?
Morning.
Morning, cool. And we're in Kala's room, correct? Can I pull curtains over the windows to hopefully make it as dark as possible, just to see if there's anything that might be almost like phosphorescent? Anything that might glow in darkness?
Nothing that glows as you close the curtains.
Then I reopen the curtains to let the light back in. Got a grin on your face? Something funny to you, Freya?
Just appreciating your methodology.
Just trying to find out where this missing girl went.
So is this where the acorn is? Is that where we're going?
Can I look for an acorn?
18, there's no acorn in here.
Sorry, Grease.
What?
Why don't you...
Why the fuck you bring me in? What's going on?
We will definitely get you one when we go outside.
Yeah, I gotta take me on all these wild chasing. No acorns.
Well, if there's nothing in here, Griegold goes back up to Lilith. Lilith, I don't see anything too out of the ordinary. It's quite puzzling, I'd say. There's nothing else you can think of, right? Nothing else. Something strange. Maybe a person that she was hanging out with.
No, I don't think so. It's all been, it's just as everything else that's been recorded. There's no sign. She just disappeared. I didn't see anything. The only person that's seen anything is, it's not me. Cavitalia is like, well, yes, so far the only one with the eyewitness account is safely at the church. Once your friends arrive, which we should probably be heading to the docks now, as I believe their ship is bound for port soon, we could take them to the church after they get settled in and do their business, as I'm sure they will want to hear the eyewitness account for themselves.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Freya, shall we mosey on down to the docks?
Let's meet our fence.
We cut from there back to the ship, the river's water rippling around as it coasts through the ford. As you bend around a rocky outcropping, you catch sight of the pitched rooftops and winding streets of Northdale for the first time in a long time. Will, could you please describe your character and where you're at on the deck of the ship?
Oh, man. Standing on the deck of the ship, looking over the railing, hands clasped behind his back, standing very still, just observing this approaching horizon of the place he grew up, we find Mathis Bozom. Mathis, now approaching 30, stands just under 6 feet tall with deep green eyes and dark hair shaved very short into a clean, no-nonsense style. Looking at him, you wouldn't bother to count the number of blades and crossbow bolts you think might be stashed in his armor, but a large crossbow with arcane sigils carved all over its body, holstered on his back, makes one thing clear: you do not want to fuck with this guy. His armor simple in appearance, fine black leather with refined stitching, seemingly unblemished by age or use. The insignia of the Magus Bastion featured on the left pauldron with the coveted insignia of the Venators emblazoned onto the right, a hand grasping the blade of a dagger. This armor, as standard for Venators and Magus Bastion, has sleeves that stop just short of the wrist, and on Mathis you would see a deep scar in the shape of a V on the inner side of his left forearm. But he stands, arms clasped behind him, just silently watching the place he used to call home approach.
Catching sight of Northdale, looking across, you suddenly feel a clap on your back from Captain On Dare, a.k.a. Bend, a stocky tabaxi with the rusty tabby coloration of a lynx. His tufted ears are graying and his tail has a kink halfway down. Mathis, me lad, you're home again.
Captain?
Feels good, aye?
Yeah, that it does.
You know, I remember the last time I cried was catching sight of the beauty of the Sur after 3 months in the Protected Mountains, hunting down Gorla the Shada.
Only 3 months.
Aye, but it's enough to make a man weep seeing his home for the first time after pissing and in your own shit and man, we were roughing it in the Protector Mountains. I ever told you the story?
You have. Well, if I decide to cry, you'll be the first to know. I'll send word.
All right, I'd love to see that with me own eyes.
You wouldn't be the only one.
You sure I never told you the story?
Oh no, I remember every detail.
I'm sure. I'm sorry. Well, you ready?
Aye, it's time.
All right. The arcane engine powers down. The ship slows, approaching the final bend in the river before reaching Northdale's main docks. You see walking up. Apologies, Captain Onder. Could I have a quick word with the Venator? You see a human man in his late 30s with a receding crew cut, Officer Brolgan. His uniform neatly ironed and buttoned all the way up.
Brolgan?
Mathis? He looks to Captain Onder, who's just like standing there.
Captain, would you excuse us?
Yes, alone if you don't mind.
All right, you know it when I'm not wanted. Yes, I'll go, I don't know, tie a rope or something.
That's not the captain's job. Okay, it's fine.
Well, the Bastion officials here are Casey and Linnae.
All right.
You'll need to check in with them once you get settled. As far as I'm aware, they're the last people to have spoken with Archmage Karis before she went out on her own.
Real quick, will you give me spelling on those?
Oh, yeah. Casey, C-A-S-E-Y, and Linnae, L-A-N-E, with a little whoop, and then E. Whatever that little whoop is called.
Yeah.
The whoop.
You know, the little whoop.
Oh yeah, no explanation. No further explanation.
Gotta love the whoop.
Us who speak American English are very familiar with little whoops.
Yeah.
We know all
Just
the
a little
little dots and tildes. We know what they're called because we use them all the time.
All right. Have you seen Shukin lately?
I believe he's down in the hold. Now, before your brother joins us, I don't need to tell you how important it is that we find Karis. I know you know that. I also don't need to tell you how important it is that she is dealt with should she pose any sort of threat to the Bastion or the Protectorate.
Understood.
Whatever must be done, yes?
Yeah, I'm not the one you need to tell. He's my responsibility. I'll take care of it.
You'll figure it out.
Always do.
Good. Well, we are docking shortly, and the anchor drops as the ship halts. Shook, you hear First Mage as Officer Brolgan calls down to you. We're ready for departure.
All right, I've got my things. I'll be up in a moment here. Shook controls his floating disc and makes his way to the top of the ship.
You look like you've been down in the books for a while. Are you ready for the field?
Yeah, always. Just because I'm a wizard, I'm an evoker. We're all about the field.
Well, before you leave, and he hands to both of you a small, probably like 5 inches long, thin in diameter metal cylinder with one button in the center of it. Standard procedure, of course. Please only use this in case of extreme emergency. You would both know these to be beacons of recall. that will send Bastion members immediately back to the teleportation room, the stronghold in the Magus Bastion.
Sick.
Would I know with these, they're only intended for Bastion members, but like, would anyone be able to activate this?
Yes, these work just like the spell Word of Recall. These are simply a Magus Bastion edition, so they are cooler. But yeah, if anybody who is holding this presses the button, they will be transported immediately back to the safeguard zone that was established for the spell, which is the Bastion.
Perfect.
I mean, if anybody else pressed that button, you have no idea what would happen to them upon jumping into the Bastion and not being a cleared person to have that in their hand.
Spell called Disintegration.
There is a spell called Disintegration.
Should I
but-
find
What's
out?
that matter?
Should I find out what it feels like when disintegration is cast on me?
But yes, you would know that anybody could theoretically use this, yeah.
Cool. Chook, you feeling all right?
Yeah, I feel alright. Did I overhear the captain saying that he had to piss in his own shit before I came up on the top of the deck?
We've heard this story like 20 times.
I thought the way he said it this time, it sounded like he's just pissing on a pile of his own shit.
I mean, the story does get bigger every time he tells it. Like, I think when it started, it was just he almost ran out of water, and now
You
it's...
see, she was 100 feet tall. Her eyes were like black diamonds, and the scales sucked up all the light around. Her breath made me chill to my bones.
He's like grabbed a random crew member. Yeah.
alright, perfect.
I have to get it out once I've started the story.
I hope he pays these sailors well.
Alright, well, let's get this over with, I suppose.
The gangplank drops as you guys have anchored, the ship is set, and the docks lay before you.
I'll kind of like nod towards Shook and start heading down the ramp towards the dock.
I follow behind my brother.
I cast Druidcraft to put a 5-foot cube of skunk odor in the gangplank, so that when they walk through it, it's like a prank, like we used to do. Can I like cast that without them seeing?
You can certainly try.
Okay.
Can I do a con save to not react?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to mess with them upon their immediate arrival.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I recognize what's happening?
Sure.
How's a 22?
That's pretty damn good.
Damn. Just a cantrip.
It's a 23 for Arcana.
Yeah, this is a simple cantrip that you would know, of course. Similar to prestidigitation, but with a different flavor.
For a moment, I thought that the city just smelled like absolute shit these days. Wouldn't be very surprised.
No, we know this. Is that the smell of Griegold?
It is.
Fred's
How
sitting
did you
next to Griegold and sees you cast that and does like the back of the knee hit thing where you like buckle your knees because I hit you in the back of the knees.
My shit-eating grin turns into just a face of oh shit, I just got knocked down, and then I remove the scent after I get knocked in my knee.
Yeah. I'll like start walking over towards you guys, keeping a very even pace. Reach out to like do that the aforementioned hand clasp to you, Griegold.
Oh, thanks for not popping my vessels.
I don't know what that's a reference to, but it's good to see you.
Good to see you. Great to see you.
Freya,
Matisse?
how things been?
Well, things have been dark. How many crossbow bolts can you put in that thing?
Do you really want to know?
It looks like a lot.
I'll tell you later. Sorry, who else is here?
Cavitalia.
Counselor Cavitalia. An honor.
Venator. Good to see you again.
It's been a while.
I wish we were seeing you on better circumstances than this, but it is good to have two of our own back, especially in trying times such as this.
Couldn't agree more.
Welcome. And First Mage. Shook. Good to see you.
Counselors, Archdruid, good to see you.
Great to see you, Shook.
And then you see running up behind, you didn't see quite before, behind the two tall Goliath figures and the also almost as tall Griegold. Moshellies! Oh, Moshelli! My boy! boys! Your mother, much shorter than all of you, runs up and grabs you both in the biggest hug. I would love it if you guys would please describe your mother for us.
Oh gosh.
Here's the deal I'll make. One of us describes the mom, one of us describes the dad.
I think I
Which
know
one do
who's
you want?
describing who.
I'd love to describe the dad.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
All right, mama's boy.
Yeah, our mom runs up in like a long dress, like a simple dress, but a long dress that she's, like held up as she's just been running through the streets. Mousy brown hair, kind of chopped a little short just below the shoulder. Very simple, like a couple earrings, but like nothing crazy. These just big brown eyes and just the biggest smile I've ever seen on a person.
Mm-hmm. I would also add to that you notice that she's wearing quite a bit of knit things that all seem to kind of match. She's got like a hat and a scarf, knit socks coming up as well.
Did you pick up a new hobby while we were gone?
Well, I was bored. I did not have my boys to look after, so I had to get into crocheting, and someone's got to make money around here. So.
Sure. I mean, this is this.
I've bought some for you both, and she pulls out of her dress 2 knit hats, one that is blue for you and one that's red for you.
Shuk has a look of like utter shock. So Shuk definitely has Shuk has not sent a letter to his mother in probably like 6 or 7 years, has not talked to her at all. And so this is just seeing, it's like seeing all the ghosts of his past, and like his mom running up is just jarring. He looks shocked and accepts the hat and just looks at her and says,
put it on. I want to see my handsome boys with their hats on, please.
I'll put it on for a moment, but we are on official business, so we need to remain professional.
But let me have you for a little bit. And she pulls you in for another large hug. Okay. You both, I feel your bones. I feel, why aren't you eating enough? What are they feeding you in the city? I need you some hearty meals for my boys. What is going on?
No, we eat plenty. We're
fine.
What are you? Are you all right? She like looks at your faces. Why haven't you visited?
We're busy. We're working.
Son, you need to lighten up. You're so serious.
I lean over to Freya and go, oh, and she didn't make any for all of us?
No, you have to pay. You know how it works.
But kind of cheeky, making fun of them. None for us type thing.
Yeah, Freya's taking a step back with her arms crossed, just enjoying what's happening right now.
Mother, shouldn't you be... How do you have time to knit all this? Shouldn't you be out, dating? Having friends? I don't know. What do you...
Boys, you ask me such things. I have
this
no
is a
time
two-way
for dating.
street, You ask us, we ask you.
Son, I am enjoying my being single now. It's been a long life. I think that it's about time I enjoyed myself for being myself. Yes?
Fair enough. I love that. You seem happy.
Well, Yes, well, I would say the same about you, but you have such grim faces on yourselves. I've barely heard from your brother. I appreciate you at least sending some updates, but...
Of course, he's a busy man these days. The least I could do is write some
pinches your
letters.
cheeks. My strong wizard Magus Bastion boy.
Stop it.
I'm so proud of you, Marcelli. She does the same. I'm so proud of you as well, Marcelli. You're both such good boys.
Shuk casts a mage hand and grabs his mom's hand and says, Mother, stop it.
Son, you have to let your doting mother love on you a little bit, okay? It has been 12 years since you've been home.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard from you.
Life's been busy.
I love you dearly, but don't think you've gotten away from me talking to for not speaking to your mother for that long.
I've had a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. So have we all. Haven't you heard? There's a lot going on here as well.
Yes, they've given us our assignment and we know what's going on.
Oh, well, I would love it if you stayed with me while you are here, okay? I have places set up for you. I have a stew that is roasting right now, ready. Would love to have you all over for dinner tonight. A nice hearty meal before you really get into your work tomorrow. How does that sound? I will not take no for an answer.
I already told her yes in a letter, so we're going.
Yes, maybe if you wrote me a little bit, you could have having a say-so.
Yeah.
But you have not, so your hands are tied, sorry.
Great. Dinner sounds lovely.
So we will see you there. Mathis kisses mom on the cheek.
I know. I will let my boys work. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, man.
Griggold is also just like chuckling while like putting two hands on the top of his staff, just like watching this whole thing unfold.
Cavitalia looks to all these. Clearly, your mother has been doing much better ever since the separation.
Hey, it's good to see.
I appreciate that one of you has kept up with her. Well, to business, yes?
I'll stash the hat in like just one of the many pockets of my leather.
I'll pull out a hand-rolled cigarette from my pocket and light it.
Mon chéri, Shook, what you doing?
I'm basically made of air, mother. It's fine.
God, you're so right. Okay. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I have to go add another bottle of wine to this stew.
Cavitalia looks to you to get the two of you caught up to speed. I'm sure you got a briefing on the way in, but many people have gone missing. One of them, the most recent in the past 3 nights, was Kala, Lilith Starseer's daughter. I'm sure you remember Lilith, although you have never met Kala. The concerning thing has been the past 3 disappearances have been all young children. Before it was here and there, adults, teenagers, but there was not a pattern until a month or so ago, and we started noticing there were just too many disappearances to account for anything.
No signs of struggle, no connections, no
sign of struggle. The only account that we have so far is a person who had to watch her son get taken away. She is at the church.
Hey, I saw that in the report. Let's head there. Seems like a good place to start.
Do you want to get settled in, speak to your people first, or do we go to the church first? Zalev, by the way, is the woman who is there. The church is currently a safe house for people that do not feel safe in their own homes. We are on curfew. People do not go out at night at the moment. The council chamber as well as the church are both places with provisions and guard 24/7 where people can stay.
Understood. Well, let's we'll check in with the Bastion.
Yes.
We'll get to the bottom of this quick.
Well, I know it sounded like your mother has a place for you to stay. If anything changes, arrangements can be made for you to stay at the local inn.
I'll slap my hand on Shook's chest and say, "Don't even think about it."
Yes, I also do not want to hear the end from your mother about that, so...
It's fine if the first night goes poorly. I might just go sleep in the trees with Griggold.
The trees are a great spot to sleep.
Yeah,
As you remember.
absolutely. My favorite place here.
We can go to my favorite tree.
Might be nice.
It's all ahead of us now. Freya, Cavitalia, do you mind leading the way?
You guys all head there. It is close by to the docks and the Lampier Shipping Guild, as well as the council building, and you see the dingy, small, outpost-like office of the Magus Bastion. It's not very well kept. Standing outside of the office currently are 2 human women, both in standard attire of Magus Bastion officer, but unlike Officer Brolgan, their attire is unbuttoned. It's like mostly, one of them has like kind of shirt top just like folded down, and it's just like her like white undershirt, just like very casual. They're both smoking cigarettes outside. Seeing the both of you walk up, they stand a little bit tighter. How we doing?
You bored out here?
Well, always a little bored, but assume you've come to lighten things up, Venador. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Name's Casey.
Casey.
You see the other one's kind of still slouching a bit against the back wall. She nods to you guys.
What is their rank in comparison to us?
So low.
Cool.
These are just like
Well, and as a
pencil pushers.
as a
basically.
world question, what is the function of a Magus Bastion outpost office like this? Is it just
It's more
to
like-
have like a point of operations, or do
more
they
like that.
actually perform a function in the city as it runs?
Not really in the city as it runs. It's more of like to have a office here for the Bastion. Really, the point is more of like a bureaucratic vibe of like knowing that when people come here, they have a place to go to that will, if they're unfamiliar with the place, give them all the information they need. It keeps up with people. It's also like the magic registry is here for Northdale.
Understood.
All those things that are regulated by the Bastion and by the Protectorate in Tavoria, depending on how far away from Visar or how regulated the places are, you might see a more robust or less office. And you know from leaving Northdale, it's always been a place that prizes its autonomy. Recently, there has been a bit of like friction there as the Magus Bastion and the Protectorate would like a little bit more reach here, especially seeing how much wealth comes through from mining and being a very large hub for shipping. The Lampier Shipping Guild is one of the biggest in the north, as well as along the coast, other than Visar. There's kind of two camps there. People that want to more centralize it for the safety and security that the Bastion and the Protectorate offer, especially with heavy piracy on trade routes. And then there's also people that prefer more of the sovereignty of Northdale.
Okay, so would I deduce then that our being sent here is a tactical decision, both in the sense of we have already established knowledge of this area, and it's a sort of campaign pitch in a way of pushing that agenda by saying, hey, look, we're gonna save you.
Yes.
But okay, cool.
I would say that is absolutely an intuitive response.
Cool. Straighten up, officer. I might let them take you next before I finish this off if I don't see more professional behavior out of the both of you.
They like flick their cigarettes. All right, sorry, boss.
We're checking in. Any information you need to pass along before we begin our hunt?
Yeah, come inside. Let's see what we got. They lead you in to a very basic, dingy office. She sits behind a desk and flips through some paperwork. What we have here is Archmage Karis came through here, of course, as per protocol. She was working on her own research. That's what I have documented here. What we see is her research was taking her to the Lampier Forest for reasons that are beyond my rank. So I don't really have privy to that information. It was part of her own personal research. I can't access that because I'm not an Archmage. But she was headed into Lampier Forest. She was checking in here, got some basic supplies. And then after that, I have pings from her orb as she headed into the forest. So I've got location pings, and then I have not gotten anything from her since.
All right. I would like a map of the region marked with each of the points that you know of. I would like a timetable for when each of these was recorded. And then I would like you to stay here and do your fucking jobs. Professionally.
Yes, sir. Come by in a couple hours. We'll have that ready for you.
Thank you. We'll be back this evening.
Yes, Venator.
Have a good day.
Well, not anymore.
Grigold looks over at Freya like, holy shit. Like, also just like remembering what we used to do, like Mathis and Shuk, like when we were kids, just hearing like now just like full on just authority is just like,
I was gonna say, while Mathis was being authoritative,
Very different.
Shuk was literally leaned up, stone faced in the corner, smoking a cigarette.
Doing exactly
and
what
that
they were
too.
doing outside.
yes, and just like also just like trying to joke immediately when they got off, and then seeing this, I feel like Grigold now is like, damn, like these years apart, and also their job has formed them into some some figures here. And
Freya puts her hand on your shoulder and leans in like really close to your ear and whispers, "Still a narc."
Damn it! Yeah, Mathos will storm out of the office, clearly annoyed. And then as soon as we get about like 5-10 paces away, he sort of just like drops the annoyance entirely. He's like, "Well, shall we?"
Yes, we shall. I believe you said a couple hours.
I figure we just come back before dinner and no problem at all.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
The two of you handle quite the respect here, I see.
Shuk bears quite the rank, and as Shuk's assigned Venator, I get to enforce it.
Yeah, when you get strong enough with magic, people respect you. It's funny.
I'm so intimidated, dude. Like,
Well, it is good to have you back. I'm excited to see what we're able to do now that we have you here.
I hope that we can put an end to whatever plagues your city.
I hope so as well.
Shuk and Mattis, been gone a while. Should we, is there anything you want to see? To kill some time?
I would like to see the woman whose daughter is missing.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the church, and I'd like to...
Sure.
Speak to the witness, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would also like to do that. Yes, whatever you say.
Maybe not the time for sightseeing, Griegold.
And just, thought I'd ask.
When we can enjoy the sights without worrying about someone down the street being kidnapped, then we'll talk.
After you, Comrade Commander.
Yeah. Also, on our way to the church, I'm looking for acorns.
Cool. Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Dirty 20.
Ooh. You feel a little nip on your neck at one point.
Oh, Grace. Hold on now.
Hey, did you fucking forget about me?
No, I'm looking right now for acorns.
That's what they always say.
And do I see them?
Yeah, there you see a young little sapling with a couple of fresh acorns that have just fallen.
Look at that. Ask you shall receive, Grace. Okay, you don't need to bite me in the neck.
Well, I just wanted to remind. I know
Okay.
we all have quick attention spans.
I go and grab 3 and just hold them up to my
3?
right
What you think
shoulder.
I'm supposed to fucking do with 3 of these? I don't have hands like you.
All right. And I grab as many as I can possibly grab.
Yeah, hold them in the pocket for me. I'll eat them as I go.
Well, don't you have massive cheeks on you, so you might as well chuck them in there.
Oh, you think I'm just a fucking chipmunk now? Is that what it is?
Oh, hold on now.
He bites you again.
Hey, you think the fucking oddstrode in the Evergrove would know a thing or two about young little small animals a little bit more than you do.
All right, Grace. Calm down. Meanwhile, you guys are just hearing me just like essentially speak to this chickering animal on my shoulder. And then I just put as many acorns as I can in my little pocket pouch while giving him one to snack on right now.
As you walk, Cavitalia fills you in. I know you both knew Cardinal Wilburn, the leader of the Church of the Dark Star here. He went away a few years ago to plant a new church somewhere else. So he brought up a new follower who is newer to town for you, but has been here for quite a few years now and has established himself very well. Kind man, if a bit stoic, so I think you might get along. But Father Aramis will greet you. I assume he is probably in the middle of a morning sermon, but would be more than happy to meet you after. So we can head there now. You guys walk through the streets, crossing another bridge, until you get to a beautifully simple stone Gothic chapel built right along the bank of the Avonor. The Avonor, of course, being the river that cuts through Northdale. There's simple stained glass, large gray stones that are of the same make and style as the stones that craft the bulwarks separating the river from the town. Nothing too flashy here, and as you enter, you hear him kind of wrapping up a sermon.
Before we enter, you all hear for the first time Shuk lets out a little and from the sky you see a familiar silver raven come out through the sun and land on my shoulder. And I just say, all right, Damon. Alert. Pay attention in there.
You would see immediately, like upon entry, there are similar to the council building, 2 armed guards outside who nod at Freya and Cavitalia. Freya, you would know one of them to be who is kind of in charge of the security for the church currently is Harbin. He's one of the kind of like higher up officers of the Dale Watch now. Big, burly, half-elf dude who wields like a large great hammer.
Nice.
Very powerful man. He and Willow are good friends. Harbin is kind of leading up the security.
Counselor, head on in.
At ease, Harbin.
Got a couple newcomers as well. My name's Harbin, by the way. I've heard a lot about you. Never got to meet you, really. I know you were a Dale Watcher as well, so...
Hey, Harbin, Matthews, pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure.
Shukot.
Well, he's just wrapping up a sermon, but please, go in.
You guys all head in, and dimly lit church halls. You see a few people like sitting in pews. There's a lot of like blankets and provisions all around. You see him, black and gray robes, simple for his status as the Vicar Foran of the church. A human man with dark eyes, very like simple but stern features with kind of like a soft brow. And you see he has similar to you, Mathis, but not quite as severe, short-cut hair, kept very simple with some cords and chains along showing his position in the clergy, addressing everybody here. And now, children of the Dark Star, as we step once more into the waiting dusk, remember this. Hope is not the bright flame that blinds, but the ember that endures beneath ash and ruin. Our hope is the patient hope of those who walk beneath stars unseen, guided by the comforting darkness. These are uncertain times. We need faith more than ever. We are all uncertain and afraid, missing those we love and not knowing if they will return. But the Dark Star watches still. It sees what others fear to look upon. It weaves beauty through endings, strength through sorrow, and life through long-forgotten paths. Let us not fear the veil nor curse the long night, for even in the void the Dark Star sings, and those who listen, those who truly listen, will find the way. Not by sight, not by light, but by trust in the sacred shadow. Go and be bold in the face of pain, and let your hope be as endless as the night sky. He kind of catches sight of you all. But you see a few people kind of like getting up, leaving. A few people are staying as well. You see a red-skinned tiefling woman sitting in the corner of a pew with a blanket around her as well. He kind of like shuffles his notes together and walks up to all of you. Hi, welcome. Freya, Grigold, it's good to see you both, and I believe I have the pleasure of meeting the Venator and First Mage from the Bastion. Mathis, correct?
Yes, Father.
Shuk?
Shukot.
Shukot. It is a honor to meet the both of you, honored mage and
Likewise.
Venator. My name is Aramis. You can call me Father or Aramis, whatever you prefer. It is a pleasure to have you in my church. I wish that it was a kinder time to see you in, but please, if there's anything, any sort of assistance that I can offer, I would be more than happy to.
I appreciate that. Hopefully we are here to assist you. We're told that you have a witness to this dark force
Absolutely.
hiding here at the church.
Yes. Zalif was afraid in her own home, understandably so. So she's sought refuge in the chapel, as many others have as well. She's right over there. I will leave you to it. Please, if you need anything, again, if you need anything while you're here, I'm more than happy to provide any sort of assistance. I am but a man of faith, so there's not much I can offer.
Thank you. I think Mathis will, as we enter further into this church, will take off his crossbow and his... there's like a quiver of crossbow bolts in addition to all the ones kind of stashed around, but he'll like take off the crossbow and the quiver and lean them up against the wall, like sort of in the entryway, and says as a sort of reverence as we head into this space.
Yes, and the Church of the Dark Star has been here for quite a while, and is a religion of people that believe in the gods. Not a really thing that ever interacts with the day-to-day world, or not anything tangible at all, but they hold to the faith that the gods once roamed the world of Tau, but have long since abandoned it due to lack of faith. So they kind of hold on to that candle, looking to the dark star in the sky for guidance, as a little bit of world-building detail. There's 2 stars that circle Tau, equidistant from each other. One that is, of course, the one that brings light, and the other one that is like a dark spot in the sky, and that's what they look to for faith, believing that it's kind of the remnant of gods long past, and is a reminder that if we would have faith, they might return.
Cool.
Nice.
Freya, perhaps you should lead us off as a friendly face.
I appreciate you thinking my face is friendly. Thank you, Mathis.
She taps, or Cavitalia taps you as I'm going to speak with Aramis and Harbin real quick to catch up.
Duh. Okay. So, Zalith?
Zalith?
Zaliv. Yeah.
Zaliv.
Zaliv. Red-skinned tiefling woman. She's wrapped in a blanket. She looks like she's just kind of sitting in her thoughts in the moment as you walk up.
Cool. Good day, Zalith.
Oh, good morning, Counselor.
I've brought some friends.
Hi. What's going on?
Mathis will like sort of kneel down like in the aisle just to get, like, not be this like tall imposing figure, just like kind of get on her level.
Yeah, I sit down next to her.
Is there any trouble?
No. No trouble at all. We're here to help. If it's not too big of an issue, we'd like to hear your account of the night you witnessed.
Okay. It was... Sorry. It's hard. It was... a week ago. I was restless, everything going on. It was hard to sleep, and we weren't under full curfew yet, and the weather's so nice, so I had my windows opened, and but I felt a breeze, and I got up. Like I said, I couldn't sleep, so I got up to just walk around for a bit, and I saw movement from my son's room, and so I just went to check on him, see if he needed anything. It was like a monster. Or a ghost. I had never seen anything like it. I saw a hunched, robed figure. What I saw was my son. It looked like he was like a puppet. Just figure out its hand up. It was controlling my son.
I tried to scream out and it looked at me with these awful burning red eyes. And then I tried to run for my son and grab him, but they just disappeared. I ran out of the house trying to find them. I ran until I couldn't. There was no trace of them.
You said this was the middle of the night?
Mm-hmm.
And in your own home?
Yes.
Would I, as a archdruid, know anything about these types of things through stories, or like maybe not specifically who this is, but like are these entities that I might have encountered through fables and myths and various stories
that the word that has been spreading over the past weeks around town is an old folk tale from Northdale that people have told for many years, long before you were even born. That was always more of like a story to scare children into behaving. The tales of the Yamalba.
Amalba?
Yamalba. Stories are of a evil giantess witch, an Oni, that lives in the woods and finds your children at night while they're dreaming and whisks them away. Kind of a tale to keep children from wandering too far into the woods where it's dangerous, but as of late, especially with this story circulating, people have begun to whisper more and more about her.
Would all of us know that, being from Northdale? Yeah.
Yeah, all of you would know that.
Okay.
Ma'am, this figure you saw, you said it was robed, is that right? I know it must have been dark, but did the robes that I am wearing now resemble the robes they had on? I've adorned like Magus Bastion robes now on top of my lesser gear.
It was hard to say, but it looked more like thick wool, I think. Not like clean, softer robes like that. Hard to tell, but I didn't see any like insignia or anything like that. It was...
All right.
And as a quick reminder, the Archmage that we are after, how long ago did they disappear?
Yes. The Archmage, Karis.
I mean, as long as this dark figure doesn't have knitted robes, I think
It's our mom. It's our mom.
I think that makes a little bit of a peace of mind.
Hey, you got to sell wherever you can. You got anyone who's buying, like they can.
Biggest supplier is dark figure with knitted robes in the forest.
Well, she's huge. If she's related to giants, maybe if it's this folktale, then like a lot of wool.
Well, and to be fair, your mom did say that a lot of time on her hands.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like one of our party members is related to giants too, though. It's like kind of
Oh, Freya, yeah.
Wait, two of our party members are related to giants.
Oh, who, me? No.
Weird.
Lives in the woods, is related to giants.
I actually don't think Goliaths are related to giants, are they?
No, I think are they?
Yeah. They're also like giant kin.
That's what my
I believe
Furbolg's
Goliaths are
giant
half giant.
Oh, okay.
kin. Oh.
Super related.
Yeah, super related.
a little suspicious.
Spider-Man meme. Everyone, everyone here.
Archmage Karis disappeared about a week and a half ago.
And would the Archmage have had a Venator with them?
The Archmage, you would know, did not have a Venator with them.
Okay.
Karis, as a diviner, tended to prefer to travel alone. Also not one to travel often. She's, unlike the two of you, obviously you as a Venator, but you as an evoker and more of a practical mage, she was more academically minded.
Do we have any other questions for Zalev?
I would just say, ma'am, I'm sure that People may have already looked, but with your permission, it would be appreciated if we could go to your home at some point and look for clues. See if we can find anything you may have missed.
Yeah, of course. I have no desire to go back there until this is all over.
Perfect. Thank you.
You say they disappeared. Was there a trace of any sort of magic or...
I mean, I don't know much about magic, but there was... could feel almost like a similar breeze to what I felt after I woke up, and I saw... I guess maybe it would have been magic, but I don't know if it was magic or just whatever this monster could do. They blinked away, and there was a bit of a flash of energy.
You say breeze. Was there any light source near you? Did this breeze have an effect on light?
All the candles were out at that point. It was my son did not appear to be. The last I saw, he was. I don't know, but he wasn't awake.
But he was being puppeted.
That's what it looked like. He didn't look like he was moving of his own will. He couldn't even speak. I saw his eyes look to me, and that was the last I saw him.
Would you say it looked possessed? The eyes?
I guess.
Huh.
I mean, I don't even know what that would look like.
Well, if anything's true of this folklore, the puppeteering element seems to be quite interesting with these disappearances. Archmage wandering off? Doesn't seem quite right, does it?
Yeah, we'll have to assume everything is possible at this point.
Zaylev, aside from bringing peace back to your home, is there anything else we can do for you in this time?
Get my son back, please.
We will do what we can.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mathis will stand up and turn to head out.
Yeah, Freya puts her hand on her shoulder and looks her in the eyes. Place your trust in us. As your counselor, I will get this done.
Thank you, Freya.
Stand up as well and start to head out of the church.
Anything else before you guys leave the Church of the Dark Star?
I think I would have I would have been having Damon do like a perception check to see if he noticed anything else worthwhile as we were having the conversation.
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
That's a 13.
13. The biggest thing that would stand out to you would be the air of unease here. Nothing particularly otherwise. It's a pretty simple church chapel. There's a door off to the side leading to a chamber, office, that sort of thing for the clergy. But otherwise, nothing particularly of note that you notice.
Being the Archdruid of Northdale, well, the Evergrove in Northdale.
Indeed.
On my way out, I put 1 gold piece into the offering box as kind of just a, like to show respect.
Do you also grab a twisted tea on your way out?
Griggold knows nothing about twisted teas. Unless there's some just sitting there for the taking.
Not in this world,
Perception,
baby.
DC 40.
Perception. I reach into the abyss. A rift opens up.
Bordura, I see.
Yeah, I think Mathis is like heading out with the intention of like, we have a lot to discuss, but not wanting to do it in front of an already distressed woman.
Absolutely.
I get that vibe as well, and I put the coin in and exit last.
Awesome. Yeah, heading directly there?
Yeah,
I think so.
On the way, I would have turned to Frey at some point and said, do you happen to have a map of all the different places where people went disappeared that you've created? Would I be able to study that to see if I can find any sort of pattern amongst them?
Well, of course. You're all here on assignment. I will give you full access to all of my reports, as well as my troops, where we've sent them to look.
Sure.
Nice to see you, Shuk.
It's good to see you too.
She looks up and down, gives him a quick squeeze on his bicep, You're not a small boy anymore, eh?
Yeah. Seeing the world and its flaws and beauties and everything in between really makes somebody, grow up a little bit.
Still don't see you that way, but I guess seeing the world also makes you want to grow your hair out?
Yeah, part of the, I guess the hair and the tattoos, it's all part of,
Smoking
Yes.
cigarettes?
yeah, I mean, my work is stressful. Cigarettes take the edge off.
You're one to talk about growing, Freya. Think you could punt me across town if you wanted to.
Yeah, please don't throw me or anything.
I will shoot you like I do the rocks back in the tribe.
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
Of course.
Matisse, this is just a phase, yeah?
It's a awfully long one, if that, but it works. I mean, all the first mages seem to have their own unique styles, so we leave the uniformity to the Venators.
You're quite a edgy mage.
I am just here to do my job.
Well, you look good at it.
Let me try. Shuk, gives you just like a pat on the back and but then immediately walks a little bit ahead of you.
While we're walking, can I also, what information would I recall about the Yamalba?
Yamalba. Yes.
Yamalba. What information in terms of the folklore would I where is it supposed to live? What is it like? It eats little children, as the folklore goes. But are there any other details that I would going through it in my mind be okay, this, if hypothetically this is actually a true story, what do I think has been exaggerated and what's rooted in some sort of reality?
Yeah, hard to tell since there's never been actual documentation or proof.
Right. It's
it's kind of like Bigfoot in some ways, very cryptid of
I was in the forest and I saw her gleaming eyes and huge claws.
and it's always been people that you're all right, old man. So never been substantiated, but you would definitely know that as the stories go and as the document, or not the documentation, but the the hearsay shows is that she would live in the Lampier Forest. You also do know the Lampier Forest to be a highly magical area. Many beasts. So that's also part of it, is that it's people that have been in the Lampier Forest, whether or not they thought they saw Yamalba, actually did see Yamalba. There are serious threats in there. Okay. So most people take it as surface level of this is a story to keep children out of the forest because there's fucking displacer beasts and other sort of things lurking in the shadows to eat them.
1,000 kobolds.
1,000 kobolds.
Or 800 displacer bees.
Yeah.
Isn't the Cave of Many Bees in there too?
The Cave of Many Bees is somewhere else in town.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm just trying to piece things together and just sort of look at this like a Rubik's Cube. Look at this from a bunch of different sides of my brain as we're walking.
Yes, absolutely. As you walk through the town heading towards Zaliv's, a familiar face walks up, running up.
Oh.
Well, the Bazone brothers. Hold on. Well, the Bazone brothers. Welcome back. Sorry I missed you at the docks. I was on watch. You see Willow walk up. A lithe and wiry human woman with piercing green eyes, pale freckled face, red hair braided in two braids at her back. You see that she has multiple knives holstered at her side. Looks to be similar to you, Mathis, grown up and much more proficient in weapons, but she has a bow strapped to her back as well. It's good to see you all. It's good to see you all, but it's good to see the two of you.
Willow, how you doing?
Good. Bring it in. It's good to see you.
Yeah, I'll go in for a hug.
Wow. What's up, Shuk?
Good to see you, Willow.
Yeah, good to see you.
He gives her a weird hug.
Side hug.
Right,
They kick you out of the Dale Watch yet?
oh, God, they've tried so many times, but,
I can only imagine.
personality hires and all. They can't get rid of me. Well, it seems like the Bastion hasn't ironed out any of the awkwardness yet, so. But
Hey, what the hell?
how the books treating you, brother?
I mean, I've learned a lot. I'm proficient, if you must put a word to it.
You don't need to, but I know you wizards love putting words to things.
Yeah, well, this accent that I'm doing too it keeps fucking.
Are you being like Irish now? Where are we?
Aye, Griegold.
Amateur entertainer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, where are you off to now?
Just doing a little recon, trying to figure out where this mysterious creature could be coming from, and figuring out where it's been. So we're going to check out one of the sites of disappearance and see. Hopefully, we can unearth some clues.
Well, I've got to check in at the Dale Watch after my run. I just, couldn't help but notice the four of you cutting quite an imposing figure on the street, so I just wanted to come say hi real fast. But if you have a moment in your busy bastion duties later tonight, maybe grab a pint at Gregory's?
I could be convinced only when work's done, but we have dinner at our mother's place tonight. If you want to come by,
I'd love to.
more the merrier.
As long as we.
God knows there's a free seat at the table.
Oh, knowing your mother, there's 5 free seats at the table.
I know.
Yeah, as long as we have an excuse to get out of the house.
She loves having guests over. What are you
trying to say?
What do you think that
Yeah,
means?
what's the
Hey, that's my mom.
what's the mahjong equivalent of a game in Tall? I feel like she plays like the mahjong version, like equivalent of whatever mahjong is in Tall.
Shuto.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Shuto.
Shuto.
Yep.
That's actually where you got your name.
That's simply not true.
It's a riff on
I-
Shuto.
She told me that as well.
No.
I literally came up with that by looking at Shay's foot, and I went shoe toe.
Impressive
creative process.
building. This is what I do at home for hours as well.
Hell yeah.
Clock floor.
That's such a good name.
All right, now you're disrespecting my art.
All right, well, I'll see you boys later for a pint, and I'll see you as well, Freya. Good luck out there. Be safe.
Hey, likewise.
I immediately send Freya a message after that, and I say, you'd think Mathis wouldn't be so damn formal the amount that he talks about that woman. What?
It's kind of obvious.
Yeah. No fucking kidding.
The narc lights up when that woman's nearby.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. It is good to see you, my friend.
Now he talks.
I wasn't ready to be back. I know it's been a long time, but I wasn't ready.
I understand. But, hey, doesn't hurt to write a letter every once in a while.
I'm sorry it takes so long to respond.
Don't you mages... Can't you write letters in mind?
I mean, in theory, hey, just because I haven't written back doesn't mean I pull out letters that I have on my right in my vest pocket from Griegold and Freya. They're there. I appreciate it nonetheless.
Not all things here are bad.
I know that. I know.
Don't forget about the small folk while you go making your head bigger.
Hey, I might be with the Magus Bastion, but that is not what defines me.
I'm gonna humble you real quick. Only your hair got bigger, not head.
You know what? Honestly, I'll take that as a compliment.
You guys arrive at Zalo's house, a humble domicile. You see a sparse living room and kitchen in a bit of disarray. It looks like somebody just kind of like left without clearing things up or any sort of tidying. What would you guys like to do in this space to investigate?
Griegold is looking for anything out of place in the sense of like if there's like scratch marks, if there's fluid drippings, whether it's blood or what have you, plasma ooze or something like that.
Okay.
Any other fluids you can think of?
Those are the two that are PG-13 that I'm thinking of. Any
He's
sort
heard
of
ghosts and he's looking for Ghostbusters goo now.
Yes, nice. But yeah, any sort of like scratches, maybe I don't know, something that like a broken lock on a window or like some sort of hinge that might be ajar.
Cool.
I'm looking for like those type of mechanical and or scratch marks on things.
Heard. Everybody else? That'll be an investigation check. You can go roll that.
Are you sure it's not perception?
I'm pretty sure what you just said sounds like investigation to me.
Well, in that case, we are at a very humble 8.
Very humble 8. What you see is the normal wear and tear of a home. No fluids that you've noticed.
Thank God.
Yes.
I think as we enter this space, I'll kind of like lift my hand up and give Shuk a look, which I think is something we've properly practiced a bunch of times where I, as his protector, I'm like, let me check out this space really quick before we potentially put you in danger. So I'll do like a quick perusal of the place just to make sure it is empty and kind of signal back.
As he does that, I start ritually casting Detect Magic.
Cool. Yeah, which you don't even need to ritually cast. You can cast at will with your orb.
Do I have to burn a thing, though, to do it? Oh,
No,
never.
just cast.
Hey, I at will cast Detect Magic with mine.
Basically,
Magus
it's
orb.
allowing you to ritually cast at will.
Let's go.
Detect. I believe it's Detect Magic, Identify.
Yes, and something else.
There might be
Clairvoyance at will, or is that take slots?
that takes charges, and then you could use charges to cast Sending as well,
Yeah.
or you could just cast Sending at will between orbs in the Magus Bastion.
Very cool.
Which is a pretty cool deal. So you could literally talk to anybody back home, any fellow first mages or people you know in the Bastion if you want.
That's going to be the whole second session. It's just me having a really long conversation.
calls.
just Shuk on like AOL. Just like,
This is good content, right, guys?
That's so funny.
But yeah, I think going through the space, after clearing most of it, my primary focus is going to be the kids' bedroom. And I think not even as much looking for things in disarray. I'm looking for specifically points of entry. And then if there is a window in this room, I would be sort of like peering around it, looking for vantage points. Because my other thought is how, especially for something in a home, like how did a creature know that a kid was here to even, like, is there a vantage point where you can see? Is there just kind of approaching all angles here?
Yeah, absolutely. No broken points of entry or anything like that. I will say you can make an investigation check as well. But
what if my passive investigation is 26?
Ooh, that's so true. Actually, I will.
What?
I will allow. Yeah, passive investigation never gets used. What does it look like as you kind of like tap into your Venator senses here? As somebody who is trained to see everything.
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Sort of, but I think the first pass around this room is actually eyes closed. Just feeling around for, I think visually this honestly doesn't look like much, but I'm sort of sensing the space around me in a way, feeling, where the breeze is coming in, where feeling like the warmth of light on my skin, just sort of sensing like I'm going to say the feng shui of the room in a way. And then as I open my eyes, it is focusing on, entry points, focusing on where this kid would have been laying if they were asleep, looking for signs of struggle, looking for anything.
I will ask for a check then in that case, either Arcana or Investigation as you do that. But as you close your eyes and feel the room, you would feel a bit of a draft coming from the ceiling, just old roof. You feel drafty window. The floor creaks under your feet. But otherwise, you don't feel anything from an energy perspective immediately that strikes you as odd. You also would not catch broken window locks The window itself looks out into the main street that this home is on, and this is in a more residential part of town. Northdale is kind of all jumbled up.
Okay.
Part of its charm, but mostly homes around this area.
And this home, in addition to Layla Starseer's home, are they primarily like, well, actually, I guess Kala was not at home when she was taken, but this home, is it like more on the edge of town, or is it pretty like centralized?
This is more centralized.
Okay.
Zayliv, you would know, is a shopkeeper. She works at the market. This is a little bit more in town. Laylis is kind of more outside of town, as she can handle herself a little bit better, and also just kind of prefers the peace and quiet.
Cool. And then my final thing,
Mhm.
and this is more above the table. As a blood hunter,
Indeed.
am I making this roll with advantage?
What allows you to make rolls with advantage? Please remind me. This is a fun little, we've never had a blood hunter on the podcast before. A critical role special made its way into 5e rules as written.
Actually,
and this is a very fun thing we get to play with.
I don't believe it applies.
Okay.
I believe.
Oh, well,
but it
tell
applies
me-
to investigation. It
Tell me what it means, and then tell me what it encompasses, and I'll tell you if it applies.
As a survivor of the Hunter's Bane, I have advantage on wisdom checks to track fey, fiends, or undead, and I have advantage on intelligence ability checks to recall information about them. But that has given me advantage markers on Arcana, History, and Investigation.
Yes. So what I would say, and what this would immediately rule out for you, is that you do not get the sense that you get advantage on this roll.
Cool.
So you learn something from that as well.
Hell yeah.
Nothing fey, fiendish, or undead occurred here.
And while you're doing this, you hear the gentle sway of trees, which is odd because we're inside of a house. Because I cast Druidcraft to make you hear that. And
Griegel, I swear to God.
and as you hear that, I put my left hand on your shoulder and then cast guidance.
Dude, let's go, Druid.
So in doing so, you hear, essentially when I cast guidance,
Hilarious.
you hear the grove moving around you as it fills you with guidance.
With guidance, how's a 29 investigation?
Oh, baby. Yeah, now we're here. Level 10. Level 10
Damn.
shit. 29 is very, very good. I will let you sit with that because I want to hear what you guys are doing.
Cool.
Yeah, I've ritually cast Detect Magic. So two things are happening in Shook's mind, and kind of the way that him and Mathis work together is that as soon as he gets the go-ahead, he's got his Detect Magic going, and he's looking for literal signs of, like, magic that are in use right now. But alternatively, like, the type of investigation that Shook does in situations like this, Mathis is so good at seeing the broken locks and the bed array. I'm looking for specific signs of distress on things in the room that could have been caused by magic being used. So, like, if a spell goes off, watching like the subtle signs of like dust being pushed along the floor, or, you know, things that look out of place that could have been like, that look like they're unnatural from that standpoint. So like even if I don't find anything that is specifically magic right now, I would also be looking for signs of like spell use regardless.
Cool. I would love for you to give me an Arcana check then. While you are casting Detect Magic, I'll give you advantage.
Oh, cool.
Freya, anything you want to look for here?
I think at this point, Freya is letting her friends do the things that they're good at. I feel like she's not well versed in the Arcana art stuff, so it's like a lot of the investigation she's been doing is things that she can't see, and she's been feeling kind of helpless about it. So I think she's at this moment trying to make herself look busy, but at the same time, like being like, I fucking don't know.
Understood.
I rolled a 31.
These character sheets are broken.
Hey, you called the professionals. You get the professionals.
These are the professionals at hunting down magic shit. With a 31 Arcana while your Detect Magic is up, your eyes glow, peering through the space, and something that you've trained quite a bit would be sensing the wisps of magic that remain after spells are cast. you know there to be remnants of ether here. Whatever happened, it's almost like a scientific confirmation, right? Like whatever happened here wasn't ethereal. There was actual magic that was cast. Even with a 31, it's been long enough. You don't know the nature of that magic, how it was cast or where it comes from, which like with a 31 Arcana, if it had just happened, you would be able to know, obviously, the school of magic by Detect Magic, but you would also be able to tell probably what made it happen. Like, was this arcane magic? Was it divine? Or is it druidic magic like Griegold? You don't know any of that, but you do definitely know that there was magic cast here, as there's those little wisps left behind.
Cool.
And with a 29 investigation, I'll go ahead and pull on a little thread on your character sheet that you didn't. As you look around after feeling the space, you feel the energy and the aura. You open your eyes and you see something that you've absolutely seen before. You guys see something you've never seen before from Mathis, which is almost a state of immediate dissociation as your eyes kind of glaze over. You tap into your grim psychometry. Something dark happened here. You know it from what Zaliv told you, but now you see it. Events unfolding, the dark of night. The windows are shut, but the curtains opened slightly. You see a young child sleeping in his bed, and then you see wisping through the window a heavy cloaked figure. You don't see their eyes, but you see them apparate into this room in a mist. And you see them hold their hand up. And you see familiar arcane magic. With a 29, you would know this is some sort of domination spell that they cast on the kid, who succumbs as they're unconscious and gets up like a puppet from the bed. You see the figure turn to the door as Zaliv enters, and you know the spell. You've seen a dimension door before. The eyes refocus as you pop back into reality.
Well,
What'd you find, brother?
she was telling the truth. Creature apparated in. Some sort of control spell, so domination.
Sure.
It's definitely something corporeal. It's something real. It's not undead. It's not a fae. It's not infernal. It's something we can kill.
Perfect.
So, magic user.
Some kind of magic user with a decent amount of power.
Did you see any burning red eyes or anything like that?
I didn't catch a look at any eyes, but
You would have seen it while that dominate spell was up.
Oh,
I would have seen burning
You would
eyes.
have seen
Okay.
that, yes.
Yeah, same eyes.
it sounds quite like the Yamalba that we keep hearing more about. I know it's folklore, but Josh, I just don't think it's coincidence.
I mean, it could also be just some asshole, cosplaying as a Yamalba just to get away with whatever the fuck they're doing.
Either way, it sounds like the magic that they're using is high enough level that we should be on guard at all times.
Nothing we haven't seen before, but
Sure,
we should
but-
certainly be on guard. And also, we know the limitations of this magic, so this creature couldn't have been too far away to get in. It's not, it's not like it teleported here from miles away. Maybe we investigate the surrounding area, see if we can find any traces that maybe...
You mean outside?
Yeah, outside.
Is this sort of thing common in Vassar?
Vassar's a big city, very dense. It's hard for much anything to happen without someone noticing. This does strike more the hallmarks of more rural towns where you have a forest or a cave or somewhere to retreat to.
Sure, this kind of story was told in my tribe, but this doesn't happen here in Northdale. Do you think some Siko and Zvesar got bored, decided to come to Northdale to cause chaos?
Could be.
Could be a sicko. There's also
It could
Plenty
also
of-
be a creature of some sort that is.
there's plenty of monsters out in the woods.
But again, I would like to reemphasize, we can kill it. So that is good news. Yeah.
Anything that I put my hands on, I can kill.
Strangely, I believe you.
Well, Mathis, why don't I go outside and maybe check the surroundings?
If there's any trees or creatures in this part of town, perhaps you could ask about that evening if they saw anything nearby. I would say not even very far, within 30, 40 feet.
Exactly what I'm about to do. And I go outside. Hopefully there's some sort of flora
Absolutely.
around.
Or fauna.
Well,
I mean, honestly, or fauna, yeah. If there's...
or fauna. The four of you exit Zaliv's home with a lead, but many other questions as well. A few more things to examine as the two Bazone brothers have returned. We will pick this up on the next episode of No Bards Allowed.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening to a very different style of play than we're used to.
Thank you for listening to all of us trying to do accents so hard.
accents so hard.
Some better than others.
What do you mean,
And by
try?
others, I mean...
And by others, we mean
Yeah.
wait, we are all trying our best, and hey, we're all having fun, but also, goddamn, accents can fucking shift. man.
Whatever, it's fun. I'd rather
Hey, it's
try
fun.
it and get better and
it's
like
better to
so,
try.
yeah, I think doing accents is fun because then you like get a chance to like sitting and practicing them while not playing is stupid. Like I think,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
or like giving yourself confidence is good, but like no one should be afraid to try an accent at a
No,
table.
fuck
Yeah,
that shit.
Just fun.
It's very fun. Also, if you don't feel confident in it, obviously don't do it. But
Yeah.
these guys,
I
have-
don't, and I'm doing it anyway.
These guys have bitten the bullet and are doing a very unfamiliar
Adequate
accent
job.
to them, and it's fucking awesome. And we fucking love it.
Yeah. Also, just as I know, it's very funny. Like I know in real time episodes coming out, we y'all will have just listened to the end of Arc 1 and like
Shay's
stepping
back.
away. In reality,
By the
now
way.
Shay is still going to be away for
Yes.
the foreseeable future after Northdale, but it's super cool. In real time, we haven't played with D&D with Shay in a long time.
In a while, and it's
We're
so,
so
so
back,
long.
baby.
Feels good
it's
to be
so
back.
wonderful to
Yeah,
have you
it's
back
awesome.
at the table.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Little Booney Tunes is 3 months old.
Yeah,
Let's
dude,
go.
baby
So
boy.
good.
Tunes is great.
Oh my god. Your lord, dude.
My lord.
Well, shit.
Yeah, we'll get into some more Northdale shenanigans next week, so follow along, guys. Until then, see ya, All-Stars.
Bye, All Stars.
Bye.